Well, how you doing? This is Bob from Makana Odyssey, and today I'm going to give you a reading for Taurus. However, before I get started, I have a question from someone. Mary, you've been telling me that you've been seeing the number 666 a lot, and you're worried about that. Well, let me say this to you. Stop worrying. That number has gotten a bad rap. That is a number that the angels are telling you that there is nothing to fear. Nothing whatsoever. I mean, maybe you've been having a hard time or you've been having nightmares, stuff of this sort. It's nothing to fear. It's telling you that you have to focus on yourself. You have to focus on the things that you can do, not the things that you cannot do. In other words, stop worrying about what you can't do and think about what you can do. Things will be good for you. You have to take the initiative to do that. And this is what the angels have been telling you with the number 666. Now, the reason that you were worried because that number has, again, a bad rap. But again, it is the angels telling you stop worrying. Things are okay. Things are going to be wonderful for you. Okay, so thank you, Mary, for the question. So let's get started with the reading right away for Taurus. So Taurus, I do see a couple things for you. I do see that there are some things, you've had some hard times on a few things where you felt things were sort of coming apart. But things are going to be fine for you. There is a journey, an adventure ahead for you, some journey that's going to be good for you, but you have to be able to take that journey. You have to be able to accept the wonderful things that are going to happen for you, and things will happen for you. You have to proceed. Be strong. Have courage. Even though there has been some things in your life that are driving you a little crazy, the idea is to, move ahead without fear. There are a couple of directions that you can move on to, you can go with, but you have to decide that you're going to do that. Yes, there's going to be, again, like I tell people, there's going to be stumbling blocks. The best thing for you to do is to start a communication with yourself, not with someone else. Talk to yourself. Understand who you are. Understand that we all have the spark of the gods within us. When I say that, I think of a book that I have read and I've just studied about, which is the Tibetan book, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. The Egyptian Book of the Dead says that way before the Big Bang, that there was a giant consciousness. I mean, vast consciousness, tremendous in the universe. It was beyond the thought of how big it was. But something happened. Part of it exploded, or it exploded. And when it did, millions of little pieces of this consciousness went out into the universe, went out into the space, into the universe. Each one was a small consciousness. That's who we are. In other words, this body that you're walking around with is just a cyborg, as I call it, a cyborg. It's something to allow our consciousness to move along, our soul to move around. And the purpose for that to happen is that you, not you, that human, but you in your mind, that spark of the gods that's within you, has to get knowledge. You are the eyes and the ears of the universe. The universe is vast, it's strong, it's powerful. The God said there, it's magnificent, but it doesn't have the human experience. In other words, that physical love, or that physical just moving around and seeing and touching something or driving your car. It doesn't have that experience. So you are relaying all of this information back to the universe, how it really feels, what it is to love, how different people, billions of different people love in different ways. You're doing that. In the meantime, as you're doing that, your soul is learning more and more. That's what it's here for, to learn. It's on a journey, and that journey is to reach perfection. Why does it want to reach perfection? Because it wants to join the main consciousness again. So when it gets enough information, it gets enough understanding, it will join. But it has to be a joint effort, in a sense. See, you'll be reborn time and time again, 1,000 times. In Buddhism, you have to be born 1,000 times, practically. Because the universe does not only want you to be perfect, you to understand, but society as well. And that's a long ways off. So we'll be born many, 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 many times over and over until we finally reach perfection where we can glue that gigantic consciousness back together again as one gigantic, magnificent consciousness. That's the goal. You know, when you die, according to the Egyptian Book of the Dead, what happens is that it's like a snake shedding its skin. It just sheds its skin and it has a new body. And that's what you do. You die, you shed this skin, and you go to a new body. And that new body continues to learn your consciousness, because that is who you are. Remember that. So, have that conversation with yourself. Understand that you are magnificent in every way. Understand that sometimes you got to push real hard to get what you want. And you definitely have to take chances, positively. But have gratitude, have understanding of your life, period. Understand it is magnificent. Walk around and enjoy that you are living. You're good, yes, you're going to have this happen, that happen. You're a human. But the more things that happen to you, the more you learn. And I know that sounds crazy. You say, well, everything keeps happening to me. It's always bad. Things are bad sometimes because what happens is we stamp our subconsciousness that everything is going to be bad. So it's stamped in there. So when something good happens, always look, okay, what is it going to end? What's going to happen? We have to stop that. We have to understand we are magnificent in every single way. Your journey is going to be fantastic. You should enjoy that journey. Enjoy this journey of life. And don't waste any time on it. Have fun. Love. Force yourself to get out there. Do what you have to do. No matter how you think you feel, do it. And this conversation that you have with yourself should be about that. Because there is travel in store for you. There's some type of travel for some of you, not for all of you. But there'll be travel in one way or another. Whether it is spiritual travel or physical, but it is coming. Remember, enjoy the gift of life. Enjoy the beauty of that. And before you know it, that fear of being out in the cold in some way or another will dissipate. And you'll be able to march on. In spite of whatever might be happening on and off to you. It'll be magnificent for you. Have gratitude for what you have at that life every single day. And don't waste it. Learn. Protect yourself. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Positively love the gods. I stress that tremendously, and they will help you. Throw yourself on their mercy. But you know what? Sometimes people throw themselves on the mercy of the gods and they feel nothing happens. That's because you really haven't thrown yourself 100% into it. You still have that human kicking you in the ass telling you you're doing the wrong thing. Don't do that. Throw yourself in the mercy of the gods and have 100% faith that it'll work out, and it will. Believe me. So I do see good things down the road for you, to sum it up. And I'm really happy about seeing those. This reading is very nice. It shows you heading for a new adventure. Again, if you recognize it, it'll happen for you. So this is one a little longer than I wanted to. Mostly because I had to answer Mary's question. But namaste and blessed be.